Welcome back to Wall Street Week. We're talking to Lou Eisenberg, the National Finance Chairman for the RNC and the Chairman of Trump Victory. Lou, why is it not an apples-to-apples comparison, and why Hillary has to raise so much more money than Donald Trump has to, even to be competitive?
Yeah, well, I think part and parcel lies in the evidence of what's passed as a precedent to what will continue. Donald's been able to attract crowds that no one's ever seen before, and has a digital response that is uniquely outstanding in terms of bringing in money. And he earns and gets a lot of attention that Hillary has been trying to get and just has been unable. I think that'll continue. It helps us bring the money in. That's part of it. The other part of it is, you know, as we sit here, even with Brexit and all the financial panic that happened, the market has continued to go up. And at the same time, if anyone looked at the results of, I think the state elections are much more important right now in the state polls than the national polls. Donald Trump is moving way ahead. He really does have a movement. So if you see things tightening in swing states like Pennsylvania, you see him ahead in Florida, he's ahead in Iowa, and the markets are going up, I think there may be some rhyme and reason to that.
So you don't, Anthony, the market's going up.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton will go out on the campaign trail and say that the stock market is reflecting the economy, that the stock market is doing well. Mm-hmm. This is going to be something that Trump has to fight against.
Well, and I think the voters are reflecting the anxiety that's in the economy. What I want to ask Lou, though, is you were a partner at Goldman Sachs. You ran a very successful hedge fund. You became a partner at KKR. But you left those great, very profitable vocations to do this. And so tell our viewers why.
We put a businessman in office, we create jobs, and we protect security. That's what it's all about.
You're a business person. As I said, this is a business show. What is he going to do as president, as a business person, to change the federal government?
This is a profound difference from the very severe swing left that Hillary offers. I mean, she said that she is going to bring us the Obama legacy in triplicate, and she's going to have Senator Warren helping her on the left and Senator Sanders helping her on the left, and we know we're moving towards a socialist government. On the other hand, you have a businessman. He's actually created jobs. I can't remember if there has ever been, I don't think there has been, a businessman who has a chance to get in there, lower the taxes, bring the money that's sequestered overseas back to the United States, truly make a difference that creates jobs.
Well, bringing the money back is something we've talked to numerous guests about on this program.
Mr. Trump says it's $5 trillion. I've seen numbers.
Could be more.
$2.5 trillion. But Carl Icahn and Mr. Trump did it back of the envelope at the dinner you were at.
Correct.
That it's close to $5.5 trillion.
Right. And Bob Nardelli said on this program he thought it could add a full percentage to GDP if that money comes back under the right circumstances. Are we going to hear about that next week? Are we going to finally let the American public understand why this is so important?
Yeah, I actually think the American public has a better grasp of this than we think. They know that at 1.5% growth, there's too many people that don't have relevant jobs. And so this is about creating jobs and growth. If you don't have growth...
Is there something about Mr. Trump that you would like the American public to know that you know about Mr. Trump?
Look, there is no question that he has the experience and judgment that's created a world-class business. People can argue about numbers. I don't think it's relevant. You have a tremendously successful businessman who is leading, in his own words, and I think it's true, a movement. And my hope and belief is that Republicans who have recognized the importance of the economy and security are going to move rapidly towards uniting behind our candidate. He's a real leader. He's proven it.
Lou, let's talk about the markets for a second here. You referenced, obviously, the markets have done well since the Brexit. You ran equities at Goldman for a long time. This market has perplexed a lot of professionals. Negative interest rates around the world. The Fed has induced this here in the United States, central banks. Are you worried about the long-term viability, about why the stock markets have gone up?
The long-term viability of why they've gone up?
That the Federal Reserve has pushed people, investors, into stocks that may not really belong in stocks as an asset class.
If you're right, what it says is we've had a lot of monetary policy and we haven't had any fiscal policy change that's dramatically needed. What Donald Trump offers is taking a look at the fiscal changes we need and possibly correcting some of the monetary policies if we've gone overboard and continuing the growth prosperity that we need. It's so clear to me that one party right now represents that kind of growth and strength. I mean, if there's one thing that Donald Trump shows all the time is strength. I mean, he is a strong, vigorous candidate. Look, most important to underline this, I got involved in the beginning 2 years ago because if we lost this, we would lose the Supreme Court for the next 20 years, perhaps.
Yep.
And the Senate and the House, which is critical to basically bringing balance, we would have a chance of losing both the Senate and the House. So Republicans will come back, the donors will come back. I'm very optimistic right now.
All right.
We're in a great parade.
Well, we wish you luck next week in Cleveland. Lou
Luck at the
Eisenberg,
convention.
Thanks for the opportunity to be with you. Hope to see you there.
thanks for joining us. Wall Street Week, we'll be right back.